Let's go for a walk in the desert this evening. Sun's going down, as you can tell, right behind the mountain. It is just going down. So we're going to walk around out here and see what we can find in this colorful, nice desert. Here's this Palo Verde tree I was talking about earlier. See, they don't really have any leaves. If they do, they're really super small. But it's just a lot of just limbs, and they make it real thick. Here's the underneath. Let me back out. There you go. They're pretty rugged trees. Of course, they've had a pretty rugged life out here in the desert. Here's something I want to show you. These are little devil spineweed flowers. They're just everywhere this year. There's just a lot of them. Let me get down here and I can show you a little bit more. Let me get the dog off the leash so I can get down. These are devil spineweed flowers. Let me get down here. Look at these things. Yep, they are sharp, and they got this little red color to them. So, but this is what they look like when they're green. Yeah, they look like that. So they're totally different, you know, until the drought comes in. But they're just everywhere out here. As you can see, they're just all over. Usually in the rocks, a lot of them, and they really stick to dogs' fur and feet and other things. And here's another thing I noticed too. A lot of these this year too. Anthills. They're everywhere too. A lot more than what they were last season when I was at. There's one there. There's one over there. And they're just everywhere this year. I got about 4 or 5 around my bus. So you got to look out for those too. So let's continue to walk some more. Let me grab the pup. Where's your leash at? Okay, here it is. I had to drop the leash because he keeps pulling on me. There he is. Look at that sunset. What a beautiful picture, isn't it right? Hey, Zen. Hey. He's not going to. There he goes. Okay, let's keep on walking, buddy. I thought you weren't going to give me a pose for a second. But it's been pretty nice so far. We've been out here about a week so far, and hardly any wind. Very light wind for the whole week, but I'm sure there'll be some heavy winds coming in because usually there are. Had a paraglider fly over earlier. He's been out here quite a bit. He comes out whenever the wind's not blowing. Well, there's more of those spine weeds or spine flowers. They're just everywhere. They're all over, and they are sharp too. Another whole batch of them. And more anthills. Like I said, anthills are, and some of them have been massive. They're just huge. These have little, I don't know what's around them, some kind of, it's not sand, that's just kind of like pieces of browned up desert greenery. So, but they're everywhere too. All right, here we go again. He's got it wrapped around my legs 3 times since I left the bus. And I haven't even gone. We've only gone this far. Bus is right there, so we haven't gone very far. This is the back view of the mountains. This is pretty on the backside also. Whenever the sun sets, the mountains on the east side light up. But the weather's been good. It's been in the 70s in the days. It's been in the 40s and upper 30s at night. It's pretty nice. It is November. And then in the desert, lots of holes. I'm not for sure what lives in those holes, whether it's kind of ground squirrel, rabbits, or something, but there's a lot of them, and they're underneath these creosote bushes. This is creosote bush. And they're everywhere, and they're just basically, they collect water. That's why there's a mound beside each creosote bush. And it kind of helps with the erosion, because as you can scan over here, there's a mound there, and there's a mound over there. So everywhere there's a creosote bush, there's a mound to keep it from the desert from blowing away. But they collect water, so underneath all those creosote bushes is a storage of water. Pretty nice. Not too much of a sunset yet. We'll see what happens in a couple more minutes. I did see an old house foundation from my bus. I want to go check it out. All right, four-wheel trails. Yeah, you gotta. Oh, they're all over the place out here. And on the other side of the wash are some saguaro cactus. There's not very many on this east side of the wash, but there's several on the other side. There's a ATV trail. This is ATV trail. And some of them are actually designated with sign markers. All right, we're going to walk a little further, so let Zen do his digging. He likes digging in the soft sand, and now he's going to mark it. All right, let's go find the old house, pup. Look at that. Turn it. Okay. A little burst of energy there. Okay. It's not too hard to get lost out here because there's trails everywhere, and you can see other vehicles pretty easy, so getting lost is not too bad. And when I mentioned the other video about the debris under the Palo Verde trees, look at all this stuff. Like that'd be a haven for coyotes and rabbits and all kinds of things lost in there. Pretty dense. I'm sure the kids would love playing in that. This is the wash. And what this is just basically a big wash. Like I said, when it rains real hard, the water runs down through here. And this whole thing will be full of water if it rains quite a bit. And it didn't have to rain here. It could rain further up to the south and run down, because the water here runs to the north. So this is actually what I'm facing now is south, and the water goes north towards the Colorado River, which is back that way. All right, back on the trail again. This is really loose gravel, just natural, and if you didn't have a wide wheels, you get stuck on this stuff in a hurry. But there's the wash. It goes back into Quartzsite. All right, let's go find this foundation of this house. You can see how deep it is. It gets pretty, a lot of water comes through here sometimes. Here we go. I didn't think that was very far from the bus. I can see it when I'm outside. Little old rock foundation of a dwelling of some sort. This is looks like an old well, probably. There's several of them out here that are concreted or capped over, keep people from getting into them and animals from getting into them. But up there is what I'm looking for right there. That's gonna be cool. Nice view though. Nice backdrop. And as I mentioned, these are designated ATV trails that are all over the desert everywhere. I kind of wish some of them weren't here because it takes away from the beauty of the area. Have all these dirt trails cut into the desert floor. But that's what it is. All right, let's go look at this house. I guess it was a house. I don't know much about the history out here. I know that further over to the north, back that way, there's another foundation that looked like an old garage or something that I found last season. All right, let's put the dog leash down. Oh, brother, he's gonna mark it again. All right, let's. Dog's got pee on everything. Here we go. It's pretty much intact besides missing the roof, doors and windows. Now here's a, what is this? DFC, I want to say 1954, could be 34. Looks like a 34, but kind of looks like a 5. Anyway, it's pretty cool. This thing is either 70 or 90 years old. Look at here. Massive rock stone fireplace. And these rocks would have been found right here in the desert. So it wouldn't have been hard to find. Over there is the town of Quartzsite. Back there. But yeah, let's look around this foundation. It's not a very big foundation. It's a real small one. And I'm really surprised it's not graffitied to cover up everything. So it's got some, but not as much as I thought it might have. But it's up on a little hill here, so that gives you a good view of the desert. I'm gonna say this probably was a bathroom or something. It's a smaller room. I think this had plumbing in it because I saw a pipe or two somewhere. Yeah, right here. You got a pipe there, and there's one coming up in the wall. So I think there was a drain right there. So this is probably where the kitchen was at. And that's a pretty good view for a kitchen. And a door. Pup was extra. There he is. And then we're gonna look around. This is where the roof was at. And this was the great window, or the view they had at the sunset going down. That's pretty nice too, because the sunset's directly in front of us. So it's kind of cool to sit there and watch the sunset go down. And in the winter, have a little fire going. And back you can see more ATV trails as they go through the area. It's quiet tonight. There's no one out here tonight. I guess there were several out this afternoon, but it's quieter now. Partly cloudy, not too bad. I don't think we're going to get a bright sunset, but we might. Over there are the saguaro cactus. There's a few of them standing up there. A strange feeling. I leaned against this wall and I thought I felt something move, but it's not. It's solid. Oh, it's not moving. Maybe it's just me moving. Kind of scary for a second. I thought I was going to get caved in here. Let's back off here. There's another Palo Verde bush, naturally grown. But there's the view, and back there is the LTVA. All those are campers and people staying on the desert. There's Blue Van Dan and his blue bus. It's easy to spot him in the desert. But yeah, pretty area. Nice and calm. No breeze at all tonight. All right, let's grab the pup and head back, because it'll be dark here in a few minutes, but it's a pretty sunset. The clouds are what really make it. If it wasn't for the clouds, it'd just be kind of a glow. But all right, here we go. Whoop. I don't want to move too fast on everybody. There's the pup still sitting there. Yeah, this is the old foundation I can see from my bus. It's just right there. So pretty easy to get to. And those old mountains back behind. Yeah, this whole valley is mountains on both sides. And I mean, it's just kind of interesting when you think about the desert. You don't think of big mountains, but they're pretty good. They're pretty good height. All right, let's walk back. Here comes an ATV coming by in the evening. Over there, the pointed mountain, that's Q Mountain. There's a big Q on the other side and some flags on top. And that one is, the other side is where the mine is at. Not for sure what this was. Maybe a, I don't know, outdoor cooking area maybe. Who knows? It's not too far from the house, but it looks like a chimney. And there goes the ATV off into the sunset. All right, let's walk on back. Pretty solid. All right, let's go on back to the bus, buddy. Hey, this way. Come on. Here you go.